right, skinny jeans, they are all the rage for men, yes. But the fashion fad that started taking over runways a few years ago is leading to some problems in men. And when I say problems, yeah, they could lead to some major problems. Joining me right now is Dr. Mark Hong with Affiliated Urologist, and Corbin Chamberlain, a contributing editor of the New York's Observer Scene magazine. Thank you very much for talking about this issue. First off, and most importantly, you said that something that's been a fad for the last couple of years could be changing here.
Yeah, the man legging is definitely on its way out.
Man legging?
Yeah, it's a bit too tight, almost like latex, but you're seeing the last of it.
Okay, and so over the last couple of years, you've actually seen patients where they're experiencing some problems right there, and you said as a doctor, you look down at what they're wearing.
Well, you know, as doctors, we have to observe everything. It's not just what you tell us in the interview, but actually we're observing a lot of different things. And one thing I've noticed, for example, I've had guys come in with their wives and they tell me they haven't gotten pregnant for over a year. And the guy comes in looking like, you know, Justin Bieber or like Bruno Mars with these like tight jeans. Now, I'm not saying that that's what caused him to be infertile, but those are things that we have to look at. These are things that can contribute.
And let's talk about some of the issues that we're talking possible nerve damage down there.
Yeah, it's called, the medical term is called neuralgia paresthetica. Say that like 5 times fast.
Yeah, I'll let you say that.
You know, what it is we can call it more colloquially like tingling thigh syndrome. So if you actually think about like what skinny jeans do, you know, you've got these skinny jeans that I got
Are those yours?
They're from Javier's closet. We won't talk about that, but you've got nerves that come out of your pelvis, and they travel in this fashion. So and this happens more with women because it turns out, you know, what do women do? They wear high heels too with these skinny jeans. So now what you're doing is wearing high heels tilts your pelvis forward, and so the nerves that come out here, they actually can get entrapped or basically pinched off, and then you can start getting tingling around your thighs, and that's why they call it the tingling thigh syndrome.
As an editor of the magazine, we were just talking, and you said, wow, this is interesting. This is something that needs to be talked more about.
Yeah, I mean, it's one thing to suffer for fashion and look good, but to this extreme, it's a whole nother story. I mean, giving up the chance to have a kid because of tight jeans, it just doesn't make sense. But luckily, the trend is fading out, and there's new options for people.
So I was just in our meeting, we were talking about it, and I said, when you go shopping now, as a man, most of these skinnier jeans, or I guess closer cut jeans, are right there at the forefront. What fit do you look for to stay away from them?
Well, right now the skinny is definitely too skinny. In the stores, you can get the straight leg, relax, and they'll still be fitted, but not exactly the man jegging, if you will.
Okay, so that one's a little, that picture right there is a little looser than some of the other stuff, because I posted a picture on my Facebook page of Justin Bieber, and he has on, like, they look painted on jeans.
Yeah, those are 2 options from Gap, and they're doing wonderful denim right now, and the fit is incredible, and you're not going to see anything that's too skinny or, you know, cutting off circulation.
All right. You also said that there's that picture of Justin Bieber right there, and those are tight. I mean, as a doctor, do you recommend, recommend away from those?
Yeah, you know, Justin, those you're putting yourself just a bit at risk. You know, I'm not saying that you're going to suddenly develop a problem, but you know, if you're wearing something that tight, it can actually cause you pain, you know, to the point where you have testicular pain. In fact, it's even been reported that people have had torsion that comes out of this. Torsion is when your testicle twists on itself, and believe me, you don't want that, Javier.
I don't think anybody wants
that. That is a surgical emergency.
You had just mentioned that with something like this, I mean, this requires surgery.
Well, something like a testicular torsion, if you had it, and believe me, you'll know you have something because you'll have extreme pain, then that needs to be taken care of right away, and usually in the operating room.
Really quickly, this is in comparison with the age-old argument about boxers versus briefs, except jeans don't give.
Well, the whole concept here is that you want your testicles to be a couple degrees lower than the rest of your body, and that's why they hang in the sack. And, you know, again, this is just how we were made. And, you know, when we're going against our Creator and wearing things that don't give, such as jeans that keep things really tight, yes, this is why it can lead to testicular pain and infertility.
Well, I'm glad you can keep a straight face saying that, because we got some giggling in the background here. But definitely interesting insight. We thank you very much for both talking to us, and I'm sure this will continue to be debated. Thanks, guys.
Thank
We'll
you.
be right back with more Good Morning Arizona.